Welcome to WROL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today I have Bullsy, aka the Ocean,
Hello.
and also the leader of Court of Owls. And we have a special guest today, JoshuRAWRS. Is that how you pronounce it?
Hey, how's it going? I say it JoshuRAWRS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
um,
think I prefer hates.
Josh has started doing a Twitch stream, which I've always preferred Twitch to YouTube streams for whatever reason, even though I
Mhm.
haven't done them myself. And it is a very highly entertaining stream. How long you been doing the stream now, Josh?
Oh, thank you, thank you. I think it's coming up to a month right
Oh
now.
wow.
Getting there. Time's flying.
So I thought I caught some of the earliest ones, but I think I'm late to the party then, like two
I
weeks
think,
in.
yeah, I think you were. Maybe it's been like 3.5 weeks or 2 weeks. I can barely remember. I feel like it's flying though. Like it's time just blurs together right now.
And I remember Du Bois telling me about it. He's like, "Oh, you should check this out," and I was like, "Yeah, I can put that on in the background while I'm supposed to be working," and got sucked in. So
All right, that's good.
It is very watchable though. I quite enjoy watching. I don't watch it every night, but when I do watch it, I am quite entertained.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
yes, I love your commentary. I think that's what really makes it.
so
Yeah, oh yeah, I try to keep it entertaining with the commentary.
and before we get into the episode, why don't you give us a little bit of your history with DC Legends, what you got into the game?
Um, so was not into comics not that long ago. I was just I think I talked about this before in stream. What kind of got me in, and that was I watched the Wonder Woman animated movie, and I knew nothing about Wonder Woman. I always thought she was just a why would you like Wonder Woman when Superman's there? Like that's just kind of my thought on it. And then I watched the Wonder Woman movie, and I was just blown away. And I said I need to learn about her. So my buddy gave me some comics, and that was it. I got started reading the New 52 Wonder Woman, got sucked in, and then maybe like a year later is when the game came out, and I just was like, hey, I like DC now, and I always look for games on the phone that I would jump on and play for a little bit, leave, and I tried this game, and I played it every day, and then they had the daily logins. You earn the rewards every day, and I just never missed a day. And then I just kept playing and playing, and I haven't missed a day for the last 4 years. About
Oh wow. So you've
yeah,
been playing for a long time. I didn't realize you were a day one player.
yeah, almost day one. I was there when Harley Quinn Quite Vexing was the monthly reward or the daily reward for the shards or whatever in the calendar. So I think that was like maybe the November, I think.
I think that wasn't that December. That's when I started. I
Yeah,
started
right then.
December. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know I was in the first month. I was in November when I started because I remember it suggesting it said, "Hey, this game's been out for a couple days. You should try it." And I'm like, "Oh, I think I will." Got instantly hooked. Um, so your stream, you are a Gear 11 player. I think you have a handful of your characters level 75. Most of them are 70 and below, correct?
I think all of my G11s are basically 75. I only have a few 70s, and then yeah, the rest, if they're not G11, they're 50 or something. Yeah,
And you're not a whale. You're more of a. Would you classify yourself as free to play or minimal spend?
I would say minimal spend. I feel like before the raid started offering those $5 raid packs or whatever, you spend $5, you get the the raid energy. I think I did those the last 2 months, and I bought $10. But before that, I would only ever buy gems if it was the 5,000 for $5. So I was maybe spending like $50 a month or $50 a year.
Oh,
But
okay.
now I think the raids are causing me to
Imagine.
spend. Raids are causing me to spend like $10 more a month. So
Which is why we
Well,
will
I don't
never
think that's
see
so bad.
raids go by.
yeah, yeah, they got me.
Yeah, for as much as we all hate raids at times, we
Right.
all we all spend and play nonstop. So yeah,
Yeah.
the suits are going to be like, yeah, yeah, we will never. reduce this by a day. We will never cut
No.
this. So,
Yeah,
I don't want it reduced by a day, to be honest. I know people argue that, but 4 days is fine, I think. But anyway, that's by the by.
I also wouldn't mind if they dropped it one day, just because I feel like that first day, it doesn't really matter the points you get. If the last day you're getting 5 million a win,
so let's talk about your Twitch stream a little bit before we get into the episode. When do you stream, and where can people find you?
I stream as of now Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. California time, so PST, and that's at twitch.tv/my name JoshuRAWRS.
And we'll have a link in the show notes. And for you on the eastern side of the world, if you're math challenged like myself, it's 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. That is, yeah.
Maybe a challenge for me when I go back to work.
Yeah.
For the UK, I think you're 8 hours behind. In fact, what time is it now? Where you are, Josh?
It's 10:51 right now. A.M.
Yeah, that's 8 hours. Yeah, 8 hours behind.
So what Josh usually does on his stream, he kind of mixes it up. He does different challenges. He does whatever. A lot of times in chat. Recently, it's been trying to find Du Bois' team to ruin his day when his RB5s get crushed by Etrigan and
Yeah.
I saw that when you did that, and that was absolutely I was really impressed with that, actually, because there was such a power difference. So the strategy that you put there, I thought was really good, because you did it fair. It was when you had Tutatron and Du Bois, so I think, was it Wednesday? Tuesday? It was last week. Last week, was it the week before? I can't remember now.
I think it was last week.
Yeah, and it was quite entertaining to watch. And just watching Du Bois' comments, because he's quite expressive with his comments.
Yeah.
Just to watch them, and obviously he's commented on our own chat as well. It was just quite funny. So, but obviously all done in the spirit that it was intended, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah. It's always a lot of fun.
one of the things that I enjoy about it is fun to see because Josh has he has a good roster, but it's limited. It's not your standard well roster. So
Right.
you see him use the teams to punch way above his weight. So those of you that are newer and trying to figure out what tunes to focus on and how to beat these 40K mega teams to get your full points, Josh he usually can do it more times than not, and does surprisingly well in Siege. He also has the best RNG I've ever seen of anyone ever.
Oh yes.
All of his moves always crit. It's absurd. I mean, and everyone in the chat agrees that it's absurd. So,
But that's the thing. I mean, I think for newer players, also for more experienced players, because me and Hate Mail suddenly thought, oh, Cyborg, actually, maybe he will be useful after all, because we never use him, because he's obviously a character that is just there from day one, and you use him at the start, and then you kind of forget about him. But you're using him, and obviously with his do not miss moves, and that's made us think, actually. But I think also as well, when you do your streams, you might get duff advice from me. I know I'm giving some bad advice in the other game, but it's quite good because you do get more experienced players actually giving you inputs. So I think for newer players, it would be really good if people did, pay attention to your stream and actually got into it. I think they get a lot from it, because I do, and I've been around for a long time with a
we've learned a few things, like you said with
roster.
Cyborg against Talia. I just didn't think about that. So, and a lot of times when you have a huge roster of Rebirth characters, you just default to your powerhouse characters, and you don't think about, hey, what's going to get me through this match. So it's helped me a little bit, helped me in Siege a little bit, but I'm getting left behind now. But
oh, that's good. Oh, you are. Yeah, you're slipping. I saw that.
Yeah, I had a few bad days, and these people.
Yeah, I've always, I kind of always I feel about Cyborg, I used to use him so much, and because I didn't have a deep roster, and I was always impressed with Cyborg that he could sneak in those can't miss, and he ramps up, and then he's insanely strong, and then his second cannon is a one hit on blues sometime, And so yeah, it's fun using some characters because I watch your guys' videos and I'm like, oh, I wish I had that character. Or you guys will, I'll say, try this team. And I'm like, oh, I don't have those characters. I only have these ones. And so it's always fun to try to kind of scrap together some different teams to go against like the big boys out there.
So if you were a new player today and you were working on different characters to gear up, who are your kind of your big four that you would say you have to be able to survive?
So if I was a new player right now, and this is on my stream, I do the campaign tune challenge, and that's the challenge where I only use the tunes that you pick up from the campaign run. And so far, the tunes that like really stand out, and I think are best because they have the most nodes to farm, like Harley Quinn, Bad Jester. I think she's amazing. I think just with her evasions stack, it works out really well. And then, I mean, obviously you would say Black Adam, but he's kind of hard to farm. But even Cyborg, like he has a lot of nodes. And then Hal Jordan, he's such a great leader, especially early on too. And now with you have so many tunes out there that throw down debuffs, like right off the bat, Hal Jordan's just amazing. And even Cheetah now with her rework, you're going to be able to get those speed advantages over the the Manhunters against the Brainiacs, and I think the best leader that you get off the campaign is Lex, Survival Suit Lex, right now. So if I was a new player, I'd focus on those, like the Lexes, the Harleys, Cheetahs, Hal, even Cyborg. Cyborg against Cassie Kane now because she's incredibly annoying. But I feel like those tunes, like for being offered on the campaign run, I was surprised of the teams I can beat only using those tunes.
And you also have Huntress and Castaway Green Arrow, and it's funny, now that you mention it, all these reworks, some of the most potent, best reworks are off characters that you can get off the nodes.
Yes, yeah, and it's
Exactly.
That,
I mean, Lex
that
Luthor, for example, he was languishing. I had him like RB5 ready for ages. I just couldn't stop getting tokens for him. It was just ridiculous the amount of frags, the amount of frags I was getting for him. And he was on the bench at the bottom, all by himself. And obviously, you'd level up and you were at 2, and they'd be way more powerful even at like I don't know before even they got to gear 11. And now he's like RB5 for me, and my crutch. Really, I need to wean myself off Lex. But I think Cheetah's another one, obviously with her rework. She kind of neuters Lex, because when I see Lex in now, I bring Cheetah.
yeah.
How are you getting on? How are you getting on with Red Hood? Because that was a recent purchase, Josh, wasn't it? Or you upgraded Red Hood to gear 11.
Red Hood's great. It was interesting how I actually got him to G11. Hate had recommended using Atrocitus for the raids. And I said, okay, I'm going to use, if Hate uses it, I'm going to use it. And so I had Red Hood and Atrocitus about the same level, but they were not G11 yet. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to take my Atrocitus up now. So I went and I did it late at night, and I went into my game, not kind of paying attention, and I saw a big red character. I'm like, oh, let's take him to G11. So I just dumped all the materials into him.
Whoops.
And then I looked, I'm like, Red Hood. I was like, oh my god, I just leveled up Red Hood instead of Atrocitus. But Red Hood's amazing. Like, he's working so well, especially yes. I am seeing a lot of White Lantern teams pop up now because I think of Cersei's, and then just with White Lantern, like Black Mask, and Red Hood's coming in there and definitely shutting them down. And then also with Huntress too. Huntress is another campaign tune that works well against these reviving teams.
Huntress is, it's funny, I'm seeing more and more and more of her. I mean, she's a really good character now. Yeah. I almost never use her just because I just never think to. But she's one of those characters you're like, oh, why don't I use her more?
Yeah.
And then I just forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, you want to hear a funny story about Bolsey?
Yes.
he did something very similar to you, except it was the last day of Siege that he was going to win, but he power leveled a character, and then he couldn't do his gear a day mission anymore to get his
Yeah.
siege energy.
Oh no!
Because
Basically, what happened was I'd gone away with some friends to the Peak District in the UK, which is a very beautiful place of the country. And obviously, when you go to a cottage with friends, you take lots of alcohol with you, or we do anyway, in the UK, because that's what we're known for. And I ended up drinking rather a lot, and I totally miscounted. And because I can't slow gear for the life of me, it just would bother me to slow gear. So anyway, I was doing really well. I was on course to win, and yeah, I totally miscounted and run out of gear slots, and then couldn't earn any siege energy, and then couldn't win as a result.
it was the last day.
Oh no!
That's
It
what
was
makes it so
it was
painful.
very upsetting. Yeah, I didn't realise for about 12 hours as well. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Cargo was like, no, you've miscounted. I said, no, I haven't. It's completely fine. Then last day I was like, shit. And then since then, my siege performance has been, well, I can't say woeful because I've managed to I've never finished below top 20, but it's been difficult. And I've just given up now, to be honest, with this siege. So
This
there you
siege is
go.
painful. It's unforgiving and painful.
Yes,
But I
Crown
do,
Superboys suck.
I do enjoy your siege on your Twitch, Josh. So how do you go about your siege? Because obviously you're not so bothered about using bonus tunes. So
So
what's your thought process around that?
So for me, I started doing better in Siege when I started to be able to clear the boards. When Siege first came out, I just would not be able to clear the board. There'd just be teams that I just could not beat. And now that my roster is a little bit deeper, and I've been really focusing on picking up tunes that are more like versatile and just a little bit more meta, I guess. But my Siege, how I do it is when I come onto a new board, my goal is to clear it, but I go after the biggest teams first because I feel like those teams are what's going to give me the problem. I don't want to spend the whole board knocking off the little teams and then can't clear the board because of the big team. So if I can't beat a big team and I just know I can't, like let's say I haven't run to it yet, but then I'll abandon that board. But I feel like for me, it's just clear the board. And don't focus on for those big matches, the high-powered ones. I don't mess around. I won't bring in bonus tunes. I'll only bring in bonus tunes on matches I know I can win with them. So that's usually my strategy. Just bonus tunes when you can, and if you can't, I just don't even try. I'm not going to be world's finest.
And that's the thing for when you are top 10 or whatever, your aim is to use bonus tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously your measure is it plus 20? Is it plus 18? And I think that's probably why I haven't won. I haven't got World's Finest in Siege because I take too many risks. And I think now I'm thinking, maybe after seeing your Twitch, actually, do I need to use all bonus all the time? Maybe I can change my strategy. It hasn't worked yet because I've lost
I always thought
I
that
lost
was
3
kind of.
revenge matches yesterday, but there we go. Sorry, hey, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I think that is part of why Sheriff Lobo does so well is because he's a lot of times he won't be number one all the time, but then you just see him kind of creeping up towards the end, and then
Yeah,
you realized he's been using he never loses a match. He very doesn't lose characters very often, and it's because he plays it smart and he's like, I'd rather use one less bonus tune and win or not lose
yeah,
a tune. So
yeah.
that's this siege. It's almost impossible not to lose tunes. So I
Although
mean,
he
it's
did, I did notice. Sorry, Lobo, I'm gonna have to shout this out because I didn't mention this before, but he did lose to me at the start of this siege. I felt quite proud.
yeah. I think he said
There
the
we go.
siege has not been his best one, but
Yeah.
And it's funny hearing you guys say that because this has been one of my better Siege months. I'm winning a lot of matches. I'm winning with Cheetah and Hippolyta a lot.
Yeah,
And
they're good together.
yeah, so right now I'm sitting at 183, which is probably my second best showing. My best showing ever was when all the bonus tunes were my tunes, and I was able to play almost every match with full bonus tunes. But this has been one of my better ones, and yeah, I when I go into a match, I think, would it be better to have +2 bonus points and lose -5, or bench that bonus tune and make sure I get 3 stars? So that's always you have to like I factor that in. Like, what will be the end result in points?
I can tell it's a difficulty. I haven't lost a match. I have lost a couple of revenges, but I've lost a tune or more than one tune, and I've gone down to using. I've had done a couple of matches where I didn't use any bonus tunes just because I knew there was no chance in hell it was going to happen, and I'm still in the top four
Yeah.
doing that. So I can tell a lot
Yeah.
of people are struggling.
Yeah, you can see we were quite level pegging before. You can see I've now slipped. I've now slipped down somewhat, which is a bit annoying. But by this time, you know roughly where you're going to place anyway, so it all becomes a bit, I now know, do I need to buy the energy to the end of the siege? No, I don't. I know I'm going to buy lots of packs of Artemis because I think she looks amazing. Can I
Yeah,
just
I
say,
love
like
her.
a level one Artemis totally OHKO'd my cheetah, what was it, cheetah, hippo, and was it Cersei? It totally took me by surprise as well. I was like, oh, they've gone. So, but yeah, so once you make that decision, it's kind of like, well, it becomes pointless to win, really. I mean, there's no chance now. Whoever Con 6 Whale Chick is, I'd love to know who this person is. Someone that's come out of the
Yeah,
out of the woodwork. I hope we find out.
she's crushing it because, yeah, I mean, just insanity. Like
Yeah.
I can't even get close. I'm actually I had a really good run yesterday, and I'm starting to. I feel like I'm narrowing some of the gaps. So if she slips a little, I might have a shot, but I'm not. I'm pretty much think I'm too far out of it to catch her now.
I always dream when I look at the top heroes. I just see you guys at the top. I'm like, how do you, I can't. I'm like, how would I ever get there? And I don't think I would
You need to
ever be.
do 1 month where you buy every day and see how high you can get. I think you could get up there. I really do.
I've thought about that, but I talk about on stream how right now I do have a lot of gems. I have
Yes.
about
I was going to ask you about
106,000 right
that.
now.
How have you managed to get all those gems then? So you don't buy the gems packs, and
Yes, I don't.
so how have you just accrued that over time?
Yeah, this has come from it's been a while. I'm gonna say what really was the big push was when they introduced those $5 5,000 gems. And my thing is I just don't spend gems on like even in the shop when they give you that hero for 8,000 gems, 9,000 gems or whatever. I never buy them because I always felt like that hero is going to come around later as a PvP reward or the Wraith reward. It's going to come around later in the heroes showdown. And so I figure I'm not going to spend now. I'll get them later. And that's been true for me. I mean, I don't, with my limited roster, you can tell there's tunes I'm missing, but I just don't spend and I don't buy the siege packs. I do buy the siege packs. If I lose like 3 matches in a row, that's it. I have to buy a pack to like make up for it. But this is just me saving gems. So that, yeah, you say, oh, spend every day to see how far you can go. I want to do that, but then if I were to dip below like 80,000 gems, I would feel like I have none. And then I wouldn't
Yeah,
be able to do anything.
But
I
the
know
point
exactly
is,
how you feel. Yeah,
the only thing is though, what's the point in having 100,000 gems? Like it doesn't, it's just
No,
gems
I,
you're not using. I understand
I,
the concept. I'm just
yeah.
kind of the same way, but I just buy more gems. But the actually, I've gotten low. I get down to like 5,000 gems at times. So.
And
I can't
I,
go below 20,000.
and right now, this is me with that mentality. I try to think of like I can't take them with me. Like what's the point of having them off? I don't spend them. So I am like I'm gonna say in this last like 2 months, I have bought some like more energy, more rate not rate energy, PvP energy, or I buy the I think in the last month or two I bought a couple like gem packs for characters, and I never do that, and so I'm trying to open myself up to doing that, and it also helps me with I've been spending more on the where you pick up the materials. What is that section called? Where you
Gear
get
farming, yeah,
the gear farm? Yeah,
or
I've
whatever
been
it's called.
doing that
Yeah.
more. So I'm trying to spend them. I really am, but it is scary. The guy definitely on stream now. you guys, everyone in the chat, they got me spending my gems. I'm definitely spending them now. So I'm glad I have 100,000 just because now with stream I notice I'm definitely dipping down. But I am doing one of those ads right now, one of the games on ads, and I just picked up like 5,000 gems yesterday.
So
How
let's
did
talk
you?
about that a little
Oh,
bit because I went into ads and I even asked Reeves about it. She says it's based on your, previous browsing history, blah blah blah. But I don't have anything that's over like 3,000 gems unless I buy a $500 beanbag chair.
Yeah.
that's exactly the same with me as well. It's like I'm just looking now, and like 4,704 gems I can get for subscribing to a magazine, I think, or subscribing to Humble Choice, a curated bundle of games sent to your inbox every month.
So you
I
get
don't
a
know.
bunch of games still, Josh?
Yeah, I have right now. I'm looking at it, and I have like one game, 20,000 gems up for grabs, 19,000 gems, 14,000, 19,000.
That's
Like
crazy.
yeah, and the game
Yeah,
I'm
but
playing now.
what do you have to do? Is that for games? I mean, I've got one to buy a watch, which I can get 11,000 gems. Is it like that or
All the
not?
really big ones are games. Like
Oh
I
wow,
don't
that's
really
weird.
have many buy something. I have like there's get Disney Plus, but I guess that's buying something. But most of the games are just yeah, you just play them. And what's nice about those games is it drops the like you don't have to get to level whatever to get 19,000. It drops the gems at certain milestones. So in this game I'm playing now, it was I think it's at 24,000 gems if you get to level 23. There's no way you can get to level 23 without spending money, but I should be able to get to level 20. I have like 7 days left, and it drops the gems at certain milestones. So I've already picked up like 7,000 gems along the way. So
That's
even if I
crazy.
fail to the end, I'm still picking up some decent amount of gems.
I'm starting to feel penalised again.
Yeah,
Well, I think it is. They don't want their spenders playing other games and spending.
that might be it.
I guarantee
I
that's the reason.
just feel totally penalised by DCL, to be honest.
Oh, you are in Wraith, you are in a lot of things.
Yep, yep.
So let's do a community challenge, Josh. How many
Okay.
followers do you currently have?
I think I have 62.
Oh wow.
I want to say that, and that feels like I'm.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel. Oh man, but I would.
So
I have
what
my eyes
number
set on 100.
what number do we need to get to have you buy every day in Siege and compete
Oh my
on
goodness.
stream?
Oh yes.
What number of followers or subs?
I don't know understand the difference. So
So on Twitch, you can follow, and that's like it notifies you when I go live. That's basically it. But a sub is like you're supporting the streamer, and I think like it's if you do it yourself, it's $5 for a month. Or if you have Amazon Prime, which a lot of people do, you actually get a free sub to give to anyone on Twitch.
oh wow.
So
Okay. I
I
didn't
do
know
yeah,
that.
you?
so if you have Amazon Prime, you can go on Twitch, and then if you see a streamer, you can click, sub with Amazon Prime or whatever, Prime Twitch sub, I forget what it's called, and you get a free, you're like, here, streamer, whatever, who your favorite streamer is, and you're just giving them a sub. And I think like how it works is a sub, like it costs $5, and then the streamer gets like $2, $2.50, I think. So to me, subs are cooler because
Well,
I
obviously.
mean, yeah, obviously, but they're both cool. Like,
Why
the
don't we
more
do an either
followers you have.
or? If you get to
All
a
right,
certain
either
following
or.
number, yeah,
Okay, to spend 2,000 gems a day, my heart's like
42,000.
42,000. Oh my God, my
But you
heart's not
get the
shaking
extra
enough.
shards for winning higher. You may, if you make it break into the top 20, you get a rebirth crystal. So
Okay, to spend
and
that
you get a lot of legendary essence.
ungodly amount of gems, I would say I don't want to set it too high because I want to do it. If I were to get, I think I have like 14 subs now. So how about if I get 30 subs? So that's doubling, basically doubling my subs.
Okay.
30 subs, or if I get, I'm at 68 followers now. If I get to, I don't know how many people you have. You say community
I'll tell
challenge.
you after. Just give me a number. I'll tell you
Okay,
after.
all right. I'll say 150 followers. That would be a lot for me.
Okay.
So, okay.
Before the next siege, so we have 2 weeks to build you to 150, and we
Right.
have on average between all of our channels about 5,000 listeners.
Oh my God.
So that's
Should have
very
picked a bigger
doable.
number. Oh no. Oh
Should have
no.
gone a bit higher, Josh. Should have gone a
I
bit
should
higher.
have. Okay, well, it's out. The challenge is out.
So that could it depends. Some
Oh,
episodes are lower than others,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
between everything.
Oh boy.
Another question I need to ask you as well. On the first stream that I saw, you mentioned that you give a prize to the highest contributor to your alliance, which I said no to the owls. That's not happening with me. Is that something that you do?
And that is something I do. This was recent too. I'm gonna say because we're not, we try to rank top one. I don't think we've ever done top 100 in the normal weeks, but we do notice that in the what's the one where we in raid yeah, we are able to finish top 150, and that gives you 10,000 gems. So we do fine there, but to kind of I decided, you know what, let's start moving up a little bit and make it more fun. And so basically I said, whoever has the most points, whoever contributes the most at the end of the week, you get $5, like $5 gift card to Google or iPhone or whatever it is. And so far, and when I did that, that made me start playing more because so far I've won every week. So I haven't had to pay out, but I am behind 2 weeks, and I'm almost certain I didn't win one of those weeks just because I've been streaming now and I haven't been able to focus on making sure I'm the tops. But yeah, definitely if you're in my alliance now listening, don't worry, there is 2 weeks back. I have to check, but yeah, I do it, but I haven't had to pay anyone yet. So that's kind of the incentive.
That's funny. What's the name of your alliance so people know?
Our alliance is the 1500. I ended up taking over the alliance from whoever started it, and it's funny. I joined the alliance because it was when the alliances came out. I think that's when I started placing in the 1500 easily, where it wasn't a struggle to do it. And so I felt like, oh man, the 1500 is going to have like the best players. But we're a super casual alliance, no minimums. It's just please play is all I say. Like, hey, just please do something. But I rarely cut people, only if they haven't played in like 2 weeks. I'm like, come on, man, you're not doing anything. I got to let you go.
Yeah,
Super casual.
Bulls
Yeah,
yeah, people if they
very
have played 2
casual.
hours, but
I wouldn't be going for that at all.
well, they're like, you haven't played for 2 hours. We got someone
I'm
waiting.
not that bad. Calm down a bit now. I was probably a bit. I think I probably went a bit overboard at the start, but I think I've kind of got equilibrium now. I hope. Anyway.
Next raid probably would be true, but like these are your
yes.
designated sleep hours. That's it.
Well, that might have to be. That might have to happen. Who knows?
But, all right, guys. Well, I think any final words before we wrap this one up?
This has been a lot of fun for me. I've listened to the broadcast before, so being on it is very fun. So thank you for letting me come on.
Hey, no problem. We enjoying watching the stream, and make sure you check it out. I want to see him spend the 42,000 gems. So follow him up.
Highly recommended, guys. Highly recommended. Check it out.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Hey, I'm JoshuRAWRS. Thank you for listening to the WROL Broadcast. If you like the show, consider becoming a Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/WROL Broadcast and get early reviews on new characters. And for even more Legends action, check out my daily stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/JoshuRAWRS, where I'm even teaching the owls some new tricks.